Hello class, Mr. Stone here. The problem I found online today, it's by company Tricky Geometry. And they say, warning, the answer is not 9. So if this is multiple choice, remember the answer is not 9, it's going to be something else, okay? So let's see what they say. They say, find the value of x. So they give you a couple things. They get you a couple right triangles here, an angle B and E and D. Okay, they give you some lengths, okay? D to C is 5, and E to D is 4, and A to E is 3, and B to A is 3. So they give you some things, okay? But you look at it and you say, wow, this is an odd duck shape. How am I going to find this? Okay? So you're going to kind of study this and say, hey, what do I know and what can I do with this odd duck shape? Okay? What happens if you took, okay? Let's just make a rectangle at the bottom here. Okay, so we make a rectangle. Okay, let's get this going. Pen. Okay, so we get a pen going. Okay, so we draw a line here. Okay, draw a line. Yep, there it is. Okay, so we got a line there, and we got a line here. Okay, so we made that. Okay, now we know this side's 4 because it's a rectangle. It's opposite the other 4, and we know this side's 3. So we got some things down. Now we know this and this add to 8. So we know this side here is 8. Okay, and so what happened? Let's see what else I could do. I could make this, draw a line straight across from C to A. AC line. So I got an AC line. So now if you look at this, I just kind of made 2 triangles. See, I'm going to draw them out here. I'll draw this one too. So I got a triangle up the top and a whole triangle down the bottom. Okay? And hey, at least on the bottom one, I got 2 legs. I just need the hypothesis. Okay? So here, let me move this up. So I did a little of this. Okay? Whoop, I was going to draw it on that, but I skipped that. Okay? So hey, I got it all drawn on this bottom one. Okay? And as you see, I got my 2 triangles drawn there. Okay, so now let me draw these back out. I know this is 8, and I know this is 4. So there's my 2 legs. Okay, and I got the Pythagorean Theorem, which we really should all know by now. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. We're going to use this a million times in our math courses. Okay, so I'd recommend that you learn this by heart. Okay, it's relatively easy. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Okay, so the hypothesis is squared, C squared. And the 2 legs are A's and B's, okay? So we're going to call the 4, okay? We'll call that A, okay, A. And we'll call the 8B, okay? So, yeah, hey, put us together, okay? So now, if I write this down, okay, I can write this like this. I can write A. I'm just going to copy the whole Pythagorean Theorem. A squared plus B squared equals C squared, and that's my hypothesis. I'm going to draw a line straight down here because I got 2 triangles to do, and I kind of want to do both on the same page. Okay, so hey, and C is going to be AC. Okay, so I'm going to write AC here instead of that. Okay, because that's the line AC. See, I got a line A and I got a line to C. Okay, and that line is really going to be part of both triangles. So that's why I want to call it now AC. Okay, so we got A, which is 4, right? 4 squared plus 8 squared equals AC squared. Okay, so we're going to find this. So 4 is 16. 16 plus 64 equals AC squared. Okay, so 16 and 64 is 80. 80 equals AC squared. But now, I really don't want to know AC squared. I want to know AC. Okay? So how do I get rid of that square root? The square on that side. What I do is I make this a square root. So I draw it like this. Both sides. What I do to one side, I got to do the other. Now, this crosses this out and this crosses this out. But the fact that I did it to the other side makes it equal. So it's the square root of 80 equals AC. Okay, so now I'm working on this. Okay, so hey, let's flip over to the top one now. Okay, so I know the formula is A squared plus b squared equals c squared. And c we know is AC, okay? So I'm going to write it right at the top here. Okay, the c equals a squared. Okay, so now let's start writing these things in, okay? So I got, the top here is 3. See, we got 3. So 3 squared plus, now, x squared equals square. Okay, we got all this. Okay, now we got to get the x by itself. So how do we do that? We'll take the square, I'm going to square root of 80 square minus, I'm going to subtract 3 square from both sides. 3 square equals x square. Perfect. Yeah. So now I want to get the x by itself, though. I don't want x squared because the x is the a to c, okay? X equals a to c. So I want to get that by itself, okay? B to c. X equals b to c, okay? We got the a to c already. So I want to get the x by itself. How do I do that? I'll take the square root. So I'll write it like this. So I'll take the square root of this and the whole square root of this, okay? So this crosses this out, this crosses this out. So now I'm going to have the whole square root, right? The whole square root. Inside I'm going to have the square root of 80 square minus 3 square equals x. Perfect. So let's see how we can do this. Well, look at this. This square root here can cross out to this. So I'm going to end up with the square root of 80 minus 3 times 3 is 9. So minus 9 equals x. You see how we got rid of that square root? Pretty good, huh? So let's push this up a little more. Give me a little more space. Okay? We're using space here. So 80 minus 9 is 71. So I got the square root of 71 equals x. That's what I was looking for. X, which is equals BC. X equals BC. BC. Okay, just so you know. You can see the lines up there. X equals BC. Okay? So, what's the square root of 71? Okay, well, we know it's not a perfect square. Okay? If it was 64, it'd be 8. Okay? If it was 81, it'd be 9. So it's somewhere in between. Okay? We can break this all down, but I'm just going to take my calculator because this is a calculator permitted exam. Okay? This question. So we can look it up on the calculator. So the square root of 71 on my calculator says 8.43 equals, and it's x. Square this off because that's my answer. And that was all there was to it, okay? But you see how I took this in the beginning, okay? Man, I had kind of a complicated problem. It was an odd duck figure. But you just kind of pull yourself back and say, hey, what can I do here? Because you know they're going to give you enough stuff to solve this. You know, you make the little square, then you say, hey, how can I go from there? Oh, yeah, I can make 2 triangles, okay? And the Pythagorean Theorem can help me, okay? Maybe I'm missing the hypothesis on the first triangle, the lower one, and on the top one I was missing one of the legs, and that was all there was to it. But the formula stays the same. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. You just got to move the numbers around that you got, okay? And that's all we did, okay? We just took the 3 squared plus x squared equals square root of 80 squared, and we just moved the things around and got the x by itself, and that was all there was to it, okay? If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel to help my YouTube ratings, and more students will see this, because, hey, they might see this on some exam someday, and they might say, oh, yeah, I remember when Mr. Stone said, hey, just step back, because the fact that they gave you these 90-degree angles, there was a reason for that, okay? There was a reason for every single thing they give you. They got a reason, okay? And it'll help students, and they'll get better grades, and that's what it's all about. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.